Hey guys, what's going on? Let me turn this on for a second. I didn't have time to set everything up today, so just bear with me. Nothing fancy. We're just gonna do how we usually do. If I can find my okay. So I'm actually converting a video that we're gonna watch over to 4K video. So we're gonna have to wait and kill some time for a minute. I made something for the members, and I felt like y'all deserved it. I did that new intro, and I did one for just you guys. So if we do members only, lives, here's something for you guys for doing what you do. And that one was for the subscribers, and this one's for you guys. Tell me what you think. There's that. Been working on today. Creatively inspired by niece. That's a good idea. I have fun. I enjoy doing them. It's something to keep my mind busy and do something, I guess, progressive. So good things have happened today. I want to fill y'all in on that. So I went on I'll never get the name of this channel right. Is it Crime Critters on the Farm? I went in there and just was gonna listen in the chat last night, and I was asked to come up, and I will always treat everybody with respect and be friendly and try to be a good example, so, but I don't want to lie to you either, because my driving force of actually going up there was Prayer Garden had come in there, and I wanted to talk to her and give her, I said, you know what, we got to get along. The things you did were not right, but I will go ahead and just say I'm sorry, to let bygones be bygones, and I feel like you should do the same. And she left out of the chat. She wouldn't even come up on panel. So, that it is what it is. I put the effort forward, but besides that, we had a pretty good discussion on there last night. I had a good time over there. Crazy Crime and Critters. I told you I wouldn't get it right. And no disrespect. It's just it's a big name for me to remember. And then today, I went on, and believe me, I did not want to go up on these panels. I just go in and I'll say something in the chat, and they asked me to come up. Well, John QQ was on there. If you guys have been following the true crime community for a while, there was a long time ago, there was something that really made him mad, and I never could get to the bottom what it was about us that he got upset about. But he was up there, and we had a very professional conversation. It was actually pretty good. If y'all catch that live, I thought it was. That's what needs to happen. We got to put things to the side and let's just get along. And I was willing to even share information with them, because it's not about who has what or who knows this. It's about collectively what we can do, and bounce things off each other and maybe get answers for these cases, right? I've had I have to look at the bigger picture. It's funny though too. I had a good time. I'll be honest with you, it was a lot of talking not favorably about Tim Mullen over there. But again, I mean, he's done a lot of very strange things and weird stuff, and it was talk. We talked about it. Hey, hold on 1 second. All right, y'all just have to bear with me for a second and deal with the camera being off. I told him I didn't have time to set everything up and turn everything on. Allie's here. Y'all can say hi. You want to say it? Well, they can't say hi. You can say hi. Can say hi. Backwards. Said that all backwards.
Hey, everybody.
So I was just filling them in on everything that had happened. I don't even know. Oh, my gosh. I just ripped charger out of here. Anyway, I was telling him about what was it that all that madness happened between John Q and all that back then. What was that? Because when I was up on a panel today with him, and it was good. That's why I told you that earlier.
I know.
I was just saying that's productive. Putting things to the
It was just because of the whole. I don't even want to talk about it.
All that stupid lie that we had bought the merchandise rights off the wells and all that. That was so stupid. And I hope everybody got to the bottom of that. Well, I am gonna. It is what it is, and I've got some clips to show you. We're gonna disprove some things that people are now using to say that they're backing up what they're saying is facts to back up everything that's been going around what they've been saying. We are going to do that. And I am going to call out a situation from the person that we had brought up on the panel the other night with Chasing. So she made a video today talking about depression and this and that. Well, she had, shared an email and a video between myself and her where she was going under a different name emailing.
Also me, I'm free.
Well, yeah, but I think she don't hate you as bad as she hates me for some reason.
Oh no, if you go back and watch all the videos, I think the hatred is for collectively us.
Well, basically in that email, I'm talking about how we were dealing with a lot of depression in December. Well, she's talking about depression and mental illness and how people should not speak badly to people like that. And so I just left a comment, and I was like, look, you got to practice what you preach. You told me I was under the influence when we were depressed. And I said, that's not good for somebody to hear. I mean, it's just, look, if you're going to dish it out, you got to be able to take it. If you're going to talk ill, now it's been, she's taking a step back because she couldn't handle. She has a psychic power. She said there that she knew that we were bad. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to laugh. It just astounds me. It really does. Okay. Who's hiding under false name? Oh, you're talking about her and that. So that's what she did. She was under that Carolina Crime Talk or Crime Talk, whatever it was. And I'm actually going to pull up those emails because she shared those as, she reached out and I confided in her. I mean, I said, this is what was going on. And then next thing I know, it's in a video and completely twisted everything that was said. There's a reason I'm talking about that because that's how I came across this clip that is being used as proof of them saying that DCS was involved with the wells before Summer went missing, and that is not what is being said in that clip. I will just let you hear it. Let's do that right now. Let me share this. I didn't have time to screen record it and have it where I could put it as a video file. Please tell me I didn't close it. Okay, there it is. All right, let me push play here and let me start this all the way back. You tell me what's being said here, and it's only in pay very close attention, please, because it's in the very first few seconds, okay? Let me put this on full screen for you guys so you can see it good. All right.
First tonight, the parents of Summer Wells tells News Channel 11 the state of Tennessee has removed
their other children from their custody. It was 6 days ago that the Department of Children's Services first confirmed to News Channel 11 they were involved in the case of the missing girl who is now
not been seen for 6 weeks. Ansley Daniels spoke with...
And that's the clip. That right there. So tell me what you heard right there. Tell me what you heard right there, please. I want to get y'all's 2 cents on that. Did that clip ever say? Now, no, it's not just her. There's quite a other big YouTuber who's using this as proof. Not just her. And I'll call him as Don B. He's the one that did this, and he said, "Here's his proof." What was said right there, without me saying anything. I'll play it again if you didn't. Right? Okay. Okay. I'm going to play it again. Listen, because so what they said was,
it was echoing too much for them to hear it.
I didn't hear it. I had it muted. We'll do it again. My bad. Hold on, I'm going to mute again, and we'll just...
Summer Wells tells News Channel 11 the state of Tennessee has removed their other children from their custody. It was 6 days ago that the Department of Children's Services first confirmed to News Channel 11 they were involved in the case of the missing girl who has now not been seen for 6 weeks. Ansley Daniels spoke with Candace Bly and Don Wells.
Okay. So I'll quote it. I'll say exactly how she said. 6 days ago, DCS confirmed that they had been involved in the now missing 5-year-old Summer Wells, who has now not been seen for 6 weeks. So they said 6 days ago. Never once did that say prior to her going missing, we were involved.
They were involved before she went missing.
That kid, no, they're saying 6 days prior to that. Now, she'd been missing up to this point 6 weeks. So just only 6 days up ahead of that, DCS had confirmed it. Now, are they saying that they were, or they did? That was not clear as to what it was. Now,
basically what we are saying, you cannot use that as proof
Yeah.
to say that they were or were not.
Yeah, that's not proof.
Summer went missing.
If you saw the thumbnail, I put, I will not be stopped. I will call it out. I mean, it is what it is. You cannot, run around and sneer at people and say, here's your proof, here's your proof. If it's not, it's not. The misinformation has to freaking stop. Somebody new coming into this case watches that and says, oh, that's what they said because he said that. Or she said that. That's influencing your audience. It's not accurate. I mean, it is what it is. Tell me if I'm wrong. Please tell me. If I am, tell me how too, please. Hey, Sarah Silva. Thank you. I said Silver. Sarah Silverman. That's what I was thinking. Katie Davis. They have been involved in the past, but no one knows if they were or weren't involved. And he's thought, okay, so we know that they were involved in Wisconsin. I do know that. I have not heard or seen anything that shows the dates when. Now, if the parents said so, they said so. I haven't. Do you know of any clips?
All I know of is from other people saying that they had been called on.
Hearsay.
Exactly.
Alli, them, all that. Hearsay.
However, even if they were involved, it doesn't seem like the children were ever taken out of that home.
Right. That's... Say that again?
I said even if they were involved, the children were never taken out of the home prior to when they were taken,
She had custody for as of
13
up
years.
to 13 years at the age of her oldest son, Josie. I mean, that is what it is. Why were they, if this was such a problem to DCS? So let's use that. Just use that, what we're talking about right there. Everybody says this is such a problem, and I'm not saying, I'm not discounting that it was not bad. But why just now is DCS doing something? If they've been involved so much with that family, why are they just now doing something and removing them? That's my question. Now, does DCS have to answer for that? Yes. If that's the case, they need to answer for that. I just want it. It needs, all this stupid speculation has to stop. Well, that's because this and that person told me that. Why is it so hard to logically say, I want to see valid, tangible proof? I want to read it from a state document. I want to, now law enforcement, they say, I can't say that. I can't say that because I questioned that about the attorneys. Well, we're going to go ahead and listen a little bit more. MGL, Don was freaking out the 14th about CPS thinking. Now, that's Dudley. If he said that, I will say this about that. So, everything Dudley talked about was, the 14th. That was his last day working. That's the day Don fired him. But also, that's what Dudley says, and I can count on both my hands in a very quick amount of time, the things that he turned around. He basically said everything that Don said and put himself in the place of it. Said that he could outwork any of those people up there, and he was the best person there, and all that in his interview. Well, you weren't the boss. In that case, you would have been the boss, right? I'm just stating facts. So he said, and instead of all the stuff that Don had, threw mud all over the walls or did all that. Well, no, Don said Dudley had done that. Well, then Dudley turned around and said Don did that. Don's the boss, and he's responsible for that job site. Why would he do that? I mean, I'm just saying he has to keep a job, and nobody can dispute one thing through this. That man went to work. Mm-hmm. That's all. I mean, that's basically what he constantly did. If he didn't go out on one of his little benders, he was working constantly, or he went to a church service, and then he started laying out of those there towards the end. It's just, I mean, it's just the way it is. Okay. And look, don't take my word for it about Dudley's interview. Please go fact check it yourself. Take all your information, find somebody with a good database of everything that's happened, and fact check everything that he's telling you in that interview. That's the best way you get to the answers of it, correct? Yes, he did get paid for that interview and would have said anything. Took him 8 months to come forward. He said a lot of things that unless you've
been following the case.
Well, even in some inside things that he was saying about certain people and stuff he said in that interview, I thought it was strange.
But that's been like the common denominator, I feel, with these interviews that have came out with even, Dudley, Jose, all of the people who have spoke recently. They've said a lot of things that if you have been following the case, it's been said before. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like they're personalizing it for themselves, saying that they saw it, but all they're saying is things that have already been speculated on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how can I explain that better?
Well, it's just like Jose when he came out on his interview calling Grandma Grandis.
Right.
That was not ever her name. She gets very irritated about that. Was not ever. She was never called that till Summer had went missing, and the YouTube community came in and got involved. That's chasing this. Actually, what I just showed is what was used to disprove you and myself. This clip was played by one big YouTuber and the one that was up on the panel. I'll play it again for you. Tell me what's being said. So they're using this clip to say that this is proof that DCS was involved with in Summer, and it was involved in investigating Summer before she went missing. And that's not what's being said in this clip, but that's what they played to prove their point. So I'll let you hear it. Okay.
Wells tells News Channel 11 the state of Tennessee has removed their other children from their custody.
It was 6 days ago that the Department of Children's Services first confirmed to News Channel 11 they were involved in the case of the missing girl who has now not been seen for 6 weeks. Ansley Daniels spoke with Candace Bly and Don Wells following a hearing in Hawkins County earlier today. She joins us live from Channel 11, the state of Tennessee has removed their other children from their custody. It was 6 days ago that the Department of Children's Services first confirmed to News Channel 11 they were involved in the case of the missing girl who has now not been seen for 6 weeks. Ansley Daniels spoke with Candace Bly and Don Wells following a hearing in Hawkins County earlier today. She joins us live from Kingsport with details.
Tracy, how DHR confirmed it? How do you get that? They confirmed that they were now involved in investigating Summer's case. They're not, it never said prior to her going missing. They said 6 days ago. So at that point in time when the broadcast had happened, she had been missing 6 weeks. They said 6 days ago from that 6 weeks period that the DCS had confirmed it, that they were investigating. So these people are saying that that's proof, that clip there is proof that they were involved before she disappeared. I'm sorry, it might seem petty, it might seem like nothing, but it therefore could influence a lot of people, and that's not proof. That's not saying neither here nor there. You know, we have nothing saying how many times DCS.
What Chasing Truth just said.
What'd she say?
Is what I believe.
What'd she say?
She said after Summer was missing, the DCS became involved. It was when they became involved when the boys went, not went missing, but when they were taken.
When was I muted? I guess I was muted before I went back and played it again. Well, what I just said was the same thing. One thing that I do have an issue with, well, if there is such a problem that people are saying is so bad up there and DCS has been involved as much as what has been, put forward, why are they just now removing the boys in 13-year period? How come they hadn't been removed before? That would be an injustice on DCS's part, correct? I'm just saying, we can't always judge everything from what we see in pictures and from what other people say. That's all I'm saying. Oh, I've asked Chasing. I've asked Ansley about that, and there, we asked what. You remember that we asked her if, and she said I don't know. She said all they said was that they were involved in it, and that they could not speak about the boys, and there was no records that could be produced forward. So
right, because it involves children.
Yeah.
But that clip does not.
That's good. Hills in there, so they became involved right away when there's an Amber Alert. Good possibility.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I mean, that's a good.
I mean, you have to look even with the boys, the Cal City boys. Those kids were in the home for a while before they actually ended up being guilty.
Before they filed charges?
No, before like before Child Protective Services came involved. From
Right.
what I know, I don't know a lot about that case, but from what I've seen,
I don't know. I don't know. This
so I
these
don't know
are.
about that.
I just have that question. Why act now? Why was it such an urgency to act now and remove them? Yet, why? I know why. I mean, if they're thinking that the parents had something to do with it, of course they're going to remove them. But that's not what was being portrayed. Now, I can show you a news story. It's WVLT, where multiple news. The Times News out of Kingsport.
Hope 2019. It was about a month before the boys were removed. So, yeah, Summer had been missing about a month.
Correct. Well, I'll give WJHL this. They've been pretty accurate on what they've said on. Do you not think so? What have they not?
No, I've said yeah, they have.
Because everything that I've used and been able to fact check with them has been pretty accurate. I will give them that. Now WVLT, the one that came out of Knoxville down here, and did their investigation. I don't know much about them, but I do watch what they have put out too. They've got a lot. Yeah, well, that goes back to my same argument, and I even argued that on Angel Talks to Fast panel today. I still believe that if there were physical, SA, any kind of abuse like that happening to those children, wouldn't law enforcement or DCS have an obligation to press charges immediately when it has to do with a child? I just feel like you can't sit back with something like that and say, "Oh, we'll just wait." I from everything I've seen with TBI and Megan Boswell and all that, if they got you and they can charge you, they're charging you. Yeah, Vicky and Virginia. Yeah, that's true. They were removed before the Fun Fest parade. Like I said, that news broadcast was July 26th. Let's go ahead and watch the rest of that. It says a lot. I just want, like I said, I didn't want to. I just wanted to show you this. Why I asked you guys, what did you hear there? Just so I'm not crazy. I just want to know, am I hearing the same thing? They never said before there was not a certain date. It's kind of confusing, but she says, I've said it 1,000 times. Let's go ahead and listen to it, the rest of it.
Sansley?
Yes, Sarah, both Donald Wells and Candace Bly appeared in juvenile court around 1 p.m. earlier this afternoon in Hawkins County. After that appearance, I spoke with them outside where they both confirmed to me that their children were taken by the Department of Children's Services late last week. After that appearance, Summer's parents were emotional and declined to speak with me on camera. I did ask if they knew why their older children were removed from the home, and Candace told me that she would rather not say and wanted to be clear that Summer's disappearance and DCS's involvement with her other children are separate situations. She also told me that they now have a lawyer but would not share that lawyer's information. Don Wells told me that his older children are safer where they are now, but he did not elaborate or specify how. Due to this case involving minors and per Hawkins County's Justice Center's policy, I was not allowed to be in the courtroom or even take a phone or camera inside the lobby. They both walked into the center just a few minutes before their hearing, and upon arrival, they were escorted into a different courtroom away from the lobby from where everyone else was sitting. Right at 1 p.m., an officer came to get them to go into the juvenile courtroom. They left the annex separately, but arrived and left together in the same vehicle. Again, due to this situation involving minors, the juvenile court office could not provide any information or paperwork. I also checked with the clerk's office, who is over circuit, sessions, and criminal court, to see if there was any new paperwork filed for either of them, and was told that there was nothing new. But back here at Borden Park in Kingsport, another prayer circle for their daughter will be held in about an hour, which marks the 6th week since she was last seen. Live in Kingsport, Ansley Daniel, News Channel 11.
Ansley, thanks. Now, the Churchill Rescue Squad announced today it will no longer be the lead agency in the search for Summer Wells, saying the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office is now in charge of future ground searches. Meanwhile, the Amber Alert for Summer Wells issued by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation remains active. TBI says they've received just under 1,070 tips in the case, but have.
All right, I wanted to make sure to show her information, and if anybody is just now, I can't imagine nobody's heard of this, but there's people in that community in Hawkins County, Sullivan County, that don't know about it. That's still insane to me. That's truth. It's so much. All right. Okay, let me catch up here. DCS has been there to help the family work through the stress, but her brothers are finding it extremely hard. That's true. That was said, wasn't it? Who was that said? Was that said by Dawn?
Hold on.
I just caught that.
Stacy Price sent us the article where it says that.
Thumbelina, yeah, he did state that on news channel that he didn't say they requested. He said that he had messed up and drank, and he had listened to what law enforcement was telling him, that, you know, he had, or people on social media had told him that he had, you know, sold his child for his habit. And he said, I started believing those people and I shouldn't have. And I started drinking and doing other things. And he said, I messed up. He said, but they're safer where they are now. And then I told you guys the other part of that.
Okay, I emailed you
that news article is July 27th, 2021. What?
I emailed you the news article that says that. Or emailed it to us.
Okay.
Because she sent it to us in Messenger.
All right, let me pull that up. Let me. Here, help me. All right. So, a guy in town said that. Okay, yeah, let me pull this up real quick. I was just trying to make sure I was on the same page. All right.
And I spoke wrong. I remember now with the Cal City boys, they did remove their siblings immediately, because I remember whenever when all this first happened, I kept thinking that there was such a difference with this one because they removed those kids immediately and the boys got to stay with Dawn and Candace. So I was wrong. I remember that now.
Well, see, that's good though. You admitted it right immediately, and that's all that matters.
I just remember us talking about
you
that
misspoke. That's happened, and you took ownership. That's what needs to happen with everything in this. If you can't back it up and show it, then you can't say it's fact, right? Okay, let's I mean, then you got to make sure that what you're showing is credible. It goes even deeper than that. Okay.
But do you remember us talking about that? Because we were like, that was another reason that I don't know, that we were taking this whole, I don't know. We just kept saying that obviously they did not have proof of them doing anything because those kids were removed immediately.
Yeah.
Whereas Summers brothers, at this point when we had this discussion, they had not been removed. They were still in that home.
That's right. You're gonna have to keep up with the chat because I'm on this other screen.
Okay, I was going to tell you where it is in the article.
Well, I'm going to read this part for it's Department of Child Services at family home of missing Summer Wells as brothers struggle with 5-year-old girl's disappearance. Okay, where at? It's not loading anything.
It wasn't loaded on my phone either.
Is that it?
I don't know if it's the videos. It might.
This one? What are you?
I haven't watched the videos.
Well, what are you wanting me to? Where are you telling me to?
It's in the article. What they said, the reason that they were.
Did I mishear you? You said you were going to show me where you wanted me. That's why I was asking.
I did, and then
All right, that's just make sure.
Oh hush!
I was making sure I wasn't crazy.
Okay, it is on down. It's right below that where the video is.
Okay, that's where I'm at right here.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Don Wells also told the news station that agents from the Department of Children's Services have been helping the family cope with the stress and uncertainty, adding that Summer's brothers are not doing well and have been fighting more at home. They're kind of fighting more than usual, said Wells. They got into it first thing this morning, and the team come running up the hill. They heard screams, so I've been trying to keep it down. Authorities in Tennessee issued an Amber Alert on Wednesday. Summer is described as a white juvenile female with short blonde hair and blue eyes. She's approximately 3 foot tall and was last seen wearing gray shorts with a pink top. Anyone with information, please call TBI5. 1-800-TBI5. Well, I have another article where it says where he tells the time something different. What do you? It's so much. That's what we were talking about on Angel. Angel talks too fast. When I was over there, I mean, this is we were laughing because this is so much information. Okay. Well, I mean, they could be in charge of investigating it as well, I'm sure. I don't see. All I'm saying is that needs to be clarified. It doesn't say neither here nor there whether it was before. They just said 6 days before that news broadcast happened on July 27th, DCS confirmed they were investigating in Summer's disappearance. If they were seeing the abuse, they would have taken them ASAP. That's what I feel.
Exactly.
Thank you. I feel that too. You're right. Good point. But this is one thing I will say. They 100%, we said that they will remove children for multiple felony of drug screens. That is true. Now, I don't know how many they had failed. But, I mean, I don't know if they gave them just one shot. This high-profile case, they have all the world's eyes looking at them. They're probably not going to conduct business like they would on just a normal day when everybody's not looking at them. Correct?
Well, I mean, they're going to be minding their P's and Q's.
That's what I'm saying. You're
right.
not.
I don't think that you should say that they wouldn't conduct business the way they
Well,
usually
that's.
would,
I mean, that's just
that makes it sound like they just would not do their job if people weren't looking. You know what I mean?
Well,
I know. I understand.
I'm not.
However,
I'll keep my mouth shut. Okay. So let me see if this freaking video finally uploaded so I can convert it to a. Huh? You are confusing me so bad back there.
I'm not doing anything.
Every time I say something, you're like, no, You said, I'm going to show you where you need to be reading. I'm like, okay, where?
Yeah, but then you said,
I said, what? No,
chat, so
no, I said where, and you said, what? I don't know.
No, because you kept saying in the video, and I was like, I don't know. I haven't watched the video.
My head might explode.
I hope it does.
It's a big possibility. So hold on a second. Is this already converted? It says an MP4 format, so it's already there, right?
I'm not allowed in the chair, Music City Mom.
Come on, you sit here more than I do.
Mom loves.
She has her own office chair right
Oh.
there. Don't let her.
He gave me the hand-me-down chair.
Don't let her tell you that because she didn't want to be on camera. She gets mad at me. You gotta go live all the time. I'm not ready.
No. The reason that I'm not ready is because somebody doesn't tell me that we're going live until he says, "Oh, we got 17 minutes until the live." And then I'm like, well, okay, thanks.
Did I not like an hour before that explain to you what we were gonna go live about? You
were
watched
over
me
there.
type it. Now come on, tell the truth.
You were over there playing with your editing stuff. And yeah,
Tell the truth.
I'm telling the truth, sir.
You didn't hear me talk about what we're gonna do?
No, you didn't say that we were actually going live.
Hey, look, I need to go get my boots on real quick. It's getting real deep in here. Real deep.
Okay.
Do you need?
You shut the heck
Maybe
up.
I need my waders because it's that deep.
Okay.
Let everybody's saying let Alli. Come on,
Yeah,
Alli.
you
Come
do
on.
know before I
Here,
do.
come on over here. Get up here. Come on in here. You
No,
want?
I'm not ready because you told me
No,
17 minutes
they're
before the line.
they're acting like I'm not letting you. Come on over here. Get on here. Oh, before she gets on here, she's gonna have to go in there and take about an hour and a half to get
Not true.
Get her face on and put her clothes on. Look, I'm just gonna be quiet because I'm gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, you already are.
Can't we all just get along? Maybe
Nope.
not.
Not allowed.
Okay, so that's at 34%. I probably converted it 3 times by now, but it's gonna be a good. It's gonna be worth it. I've never showed this video, maybe a little bit of it. So I thought, whoa.
There you go.
Hey, I caught that. That was a good reflex. I have thought about this long and hard. The video I'm going to show you is on December 10th when law enforcement came and the altercation and the trespassing. I filmed it. I'm going to show you how that went down, what was said. I documented this on purpose. And I'm going to show you just how law enforcement has, conversed with her. And you be the judge of it. I just want the truth at this point. It's so much. We were out there. No, you weren't out there. Well, I'm going to show you. So Grandma Candace said, we haven't even spoke to law enforcement. She said December 14th was the last time. Well, it was actually December 10th because my birthday was the 11th. The 10th is when they came over the trespassing. And, she specifically said it had nothing to do with Summer. It was over the YouTubers trespassing. I filmed that. So we're going to watch that. It's Caller said, Craig, in case the words of my husband, you can be right or you can be happy. You can't be both. That's very true. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. I also found a clip that you probably nobody has seen. Again, oh, how to you? Who are you asking me again or what? The first public report of DC. Okay, yeah. I get what you're saying. Cam, go do the dishes. Alli can do her makeup. You gonna sit in here, right here in front of everybody and do your makeup?
I would do it.
I put every.
Hey,
I got the rent money.
What?
I got the rent money, Mama. I will put it all right here that you wouldn't come over and do it.
Well, then we wouldn't have a house there, dumbass. No, I just know. I'm confident that it would be that I would win that one. Excuse me?
You would do it just to prove me wrong.
Bailey Saria does it, why couldn't I? Thank you.
No, that would just be the start of your new YouTube career.
Yeah, without you.
Well, you got your ring light and everything. Well, you go ahead. You do that, and I'll do this, or vice versa.
Vice versa, you're gonna do makeup and do.
I'll do makeup, and I will be unstoppable.
On yourself.
Have you? Look. Yes. Look at these lips.
Oh hush! I don't even want to talk about it.
Boy, that's what. Hello, guys. Mary Wild, seriously. Well, look, we're just joking, the guys. You got to be able to laugh. You have the rent money that Alli gave you. No, actually not. This is. I was fair. We were fair, didn't we? We split it. We split it down the middle out of her check and out of mine. That's how we always do it. And cracking faces. Oh my gosh, we laughed so hard on Angel. Talks too fast. Oh my gosh, you remember when? So you didn't watch any of the Tim Mullen stuff, did you, Alli? Where he said he referred to himself as we, and then he tried to say it was a dog with him in the car, and then he said, "Well, people around here say we is me," and I said, "No, they don't. No, they do not." Somebody in her chat said, "Excuse we," I said, "Pardon we." Oh my gosh, I laughed so hard. Yeah, that was pretty good live. That's all we talked about was just things with that guy. So that's, gosh, so much craziness. Your lips are as small as my man's ass just then. Oh wow, that was nice. Did you see that? Okay then. Look, I'm cool with that. I ain't trying to have no man hit on me. I'll tell you that much.
What?
She said that my lips are small. I'm fine not being a pretty person. It's okay with me.
No, man, on me.
Golly.
Well,
Oh, don't make us laugh.
wish
You know what the
not.
next one? Look at them.
oh Lord.
They are laughing. They are.
Must be high.
They must be high. They're on something. They're laughing. Okay.
I wish that my lips were as small as Cam's. That's all I'm gonna say.
People aren't going to get that because
I
you're
know.
not sitting. I am done. This is, how can you sit back there and I'm the one that's.
What?
I don't. Nothing. Okay. Here's the next thing. Please don't disturb me. I am working.
Oh, I will disturb you.
Okay. Here we go. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this one. I come across this clip. Thought it was very, very interesting. Where does Jamie Jackhammer Wilson fit into the scene? He was. I look. I like Jamie. Jamie really tried. Jamie stepped away because Tim Mullen pushed him out of the picture. He tried to push a lot of people out, and because I'll be honest, that's what we talked about over there. He wants to control the information, control everything, and I said, "You're not going to put your thumb on me." Been saying that for a long, long time. They're saying we want Alli. You're gonna have to just get on your phone over there and put your camera on, or roll your chair up here, madam.
A cat. The cat's sitting by her.
Oh, did you hear that? The cat sitting in her chair, so she can. Y'all don't
She's
blame
comfortable
me.
when she's sleeping, so I'm not going to disturb her because I already got yelled at for disturbing you. So.
Shh, clip's playing. All right. Oh gosh.
Just
Here we
put
go.
Fire out. These dogs help us find lost people.
That's the fire chief of Madisonville. He's kind of fighting for his animals after part of his program was disbanded. Ashley Boley traveled there today to learn more about how some of the chief's most valuable assets have been laid off. He's trying to get city leaders in Madisonville to change their mind about this, Ashley.
Yeah, that's right, Ted. There's 3 kinds of certified canines helping with missing and lost people: human remains detection, tracking and trailing, and area search. But none are being used right now, thanks to a 3-2 vote in the last Board of Aldermen meeting.
They're not decorations for the station. They are working dogs. They are certified and trained, just like the firefighters are.
Madisonville Fire Department has 3 canines and 1 in training on its search and rescue team, helping people who are missing or lost, including spending a day in Hawkins County searching for the missing 5-year-old girl, Summer Wells.
It was rough terrain, up mountains, down mountains, just letting these dogs work, trying to find the little girl.
But the Board of Aldermen voted to disband the search and rescue program.
Sad, because this is something that's very needed in this community.
It's a low blow.
Fire Chief John Talent says up until this year, the city had an insurance policy on the dogs. In a June meeting, the city decided to lease the dogs from the handlers.
That contract had never come from the city. And that's what we were waiting on. And then this happened.
Scott Hunt with the Board of Aldermen told me on the phone, quote, "The city insurance would not insure them unless there was a contract or the city owned them. And it's not that I'm against a search and rescue program, it's that I'm against the way it's currently run," end quote. Hunt said he's worried about a liability issue if one of the animals acted aggressively.
The canines are very trained animals. The chances of them actually doing anything to be a liability is slim to none. They're not trained like canines for police dogs.
Ultimately, Chief Talent wants the search and rescue team to be reinstated.
I would wish that the city board would at least look at a demonstration of how our dogs work and revisit this.
All right, so the reason I wanted to play that is I don't think we've ever had a real, interview with the dog handlers and got to see, who was working with the dogs. There's been so much questioning about what kind of dogs were used and was cadaver dogs used. And right here now, this specific group of search and rescue, they did not have search and rescue or cadaver dogs. They had scent dogs, but there was over 60, I think 60 search and rescue teams that they were dog handlers that were involved in the first initial search. And the TBI, Leslie Earhart, said that they have been used in every search since then. So the 3 that have happened, the one in June, the one November 30th, and the one that just happened a couple of months ago. So, just wanted to show that. And then they're basically, you hear him talking about the terrain. I thought it was interesting. I just hadn't seen it. Let's see here. Yeah, those dogs aren't going to bother anybody. I found that insane too when they said that. Did I miss her comment? I'm sorry, Chasing. I did not see it. Well, let me see here. Where is it? Chasing's comment? Did I go right over it? No, I don't see it. Do you see it, babe? Where are you, Jason? Not done. I still need you in here for a minute. Don't leave yet. There she is. Oh, you texted me. My bad. Where's my phone's over here? Sorry. Okay. Let me just go. Let me glance over this real quick. So you heard what I said about Candace. She did call. Okay. She called on Don for being on that bender, the one that's in question. Wanted him to be urine screened. They also urine screened her. That came from the source. That was a big factor too. And I had actually spoke about that for the first time the other night.
So while we're talking about that, let me see. I saw that.
What?
Reluctant Healer said something.
That's what she sent me was these.
Was it what she said?
Yeah, that's what she said, I believe.
So she said that
they had went and stayed at
somebody from the church, and then whenever Don came back, that the car had a substance on it, but what Reluctant Healer said was that Candace got dosed from the car, like I guess touching what was in the car.
Really? Is that what the excuse was?
I guess.
Come on now.
We have been very vocal in saying that whatever Don, anytime that Don messed up, that he's
not going down by himself.
Right.
He was very adamant when he messed up and didn't do what he was, what he was
supposed to do.
When he was not in compliance with DCS, he made sure that Candace wasn't in compliance. That happened many, many times. I thought that was wrong too.
Well, I mean, but at the same time, you have to look at it as Candace is a grown woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Courtney Pettis says at Cam, funny how they decided to fire the dogs as the Summer Wells case is still ongoing. Listen, did you hear what she said? She said they spent, including spending one day in Hawkins County. So they only had those specific search dogs, they only brought them down for one day. But there was multiple search teams, involved. But we also, on Angel's channel today, we're kind of going over some pictures that Timon had taken and was saying that the date was June 22nd, which would have been the day that the roadblock had happened 8 days after Summer went missing. That's when the FBI and then put up their investigative roadblock, not the one that was not the roadblocks that was blocking off Ben Hill. And they were asking questions. I never said that they didn't talk to people. I was just saying a full-on investigative roadblock did not happen until 8 days after she went missing. You can look that up. It says that, and we know many people that live in the community. We've talked to many people involved in the first initial search that said the same thing. And I talked to a Hawkins County deputy, or not Hawkins County, but a Sullivan County deputy, because excuse me, because they sat up on the Sullivan County line. There's pictures of them actually setting up a roadblock on the Sullivan County line, which is on Beach Creek, in between Light Hollow Road and Ben Hill Road. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Cattler said deputies were going door to door on the 16th. And I can actually confirm on the 18th, kind of to back up what you're saying, that's when they had went and knocked on the property owner's door, where, the guy that spoke out on Facebook about the prints being on his property, but those weren't located till the 19th. But he did a post on his Facebook saying that deputies knocked on his door on the 18th and asked if they could search his property. So yeah, I mean, that right there falls right in line. And there's, we have screenshots and documented record of everything that he said. And so far, everything that he said has been able to be confirmed. And so I'm not going to go out on a limb or go out and call the man something he's not. Many people have tried to. Even people that live in that community, that is a neighbor, tried to tell us early on. Well, law enforcement said those footprints, that those were not. They didn't confirm, said they weren't Summers. That's never been said. And then another creator just the other day said, Leslie Earhart said in a tweet that the footprints were not accurate. That's not true. Believe me, that information would have swept YouTube like a wildfire. Well, I get all worked up and start moving my hands talking. What, bud? Hold on, guys. We've already been on here an hour. Boy, time flew, didn't it?
Yeah.
All right, I guess we're going to get to this video, and we ain't going to be on here very much longer after that. So let me see if this... What? Oh, it did. Okay. So let me download it. There we go. Now it's got to download to my computer from the website I used to convert it. What else was I going to show? I was going to show another creator. I'm not going to do that. I was actually going to show you all the skit that another creator had done about. I mean, it literally broke my heart. I was lost. Were you?
It broke your heart?
Because I just I
felt bad. I'm not gonna say that.
That's what I'm saying. I felt bad. Look, if it was funny, if it's fun, laugh at myself about it.
There was another creator who did a skit pretending, I'll get it out eventually.
Impersonating
Cam, he says. However, none of it was anything like Cam. If it had been, then we would have laughed and said, okay, whatever. However, it was nothing like Cam and how he acts or anything.
He went all out and even bought like a shirt that had deer on it, like 12-point bucks. I have never worn a shirt like that, first of all.
Just because we're from the country don't mean that we all walk around.
You got a John Deere hat, because I guess where I got that Tractor Supply hat. Oh, that's about as accurate as it got. Right there is my hat. It even got to where it had a vase, a flower, let's say a vase that looked like it was filled with pee. and I even left a comment. I was like, why are you holding a bottle of pee in this? Oh, Lord. It's funny. I want to show it. Because it would be fun to commentate it. But it'll just start problems. And I'm not trying to get into fighting with people. It's too much. That over there, that whole whatever that was, that we'd already went on the channel, Burnt Toast channel. I confronted it. We squared that whole situation up then. And, I thought it was over with then, but obviously not. I noticed that video after video was being made, and then I saw this skit, and I lost it. You missed the bottle of pee on my... Does Jackhammer have a channel? Yes, he does. Jamie Jackhammer. Go check him out. Look, he was at the... I will tell you this about him. He is probably one of the strongest men in his faith.
Yes.
He does not
And
waver.
He is probably one of the kindest men that I've ever met.
He is. He has a temper. He has a temper, but he gets mad over things that he takes very seriously. But
I want to tell a little story about him.
Go ahead.
Okay? So there was 2 prayer vigils, one on a Thursday and one on a Friday. Is that how it was? Either way, the first prayer vigil, we didn't have anybody to watch our kids, and people who were at that prayer vigil for summer.
He's been on our channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all can go back and see it. Well, he was on there with us one night. Yeah, but go ahead.
The first prayer vigil we took our kids to, and Jamie was there. Jamie, after the prayer vigil was over, Jamie sat down on the pavement with my children and played with them, and he talked to them, and they loved him. He was so sweet and sat there and was so kind to sit and play with kids, And then the very next night, whenever we went to the next prayer vigil, which is the one that was at the horse pond, our kids didn't go. They stayed with my mother-in-law, and he brought my kids each a little glow stick. And he was just so sweet and so nice. My kids thought very highly of him, and I thought very highly of him from that moment on. That was the first time we ever met him. And
we had words because there was misunderstandings because there was people talking in between us, but we were able to, we squared that away really fast. And I have nothing but good things to say about him. He is one of the very few that he is who he says he is.
Yeah,
I can back that up. He's the same all the time. Now that is the first time I have seen that that theory. Carol Mann says Summer Wells is alive and well and staying in France. How do you know that? May I ask? Do we have proof? Because they need, the feds are involved. They can fly there and go get her.
And is she staying in France by herself, or is she with somebody? Or
well, that would I guess kind of make sense to why Tim Allen says we instead of me. Yeah, stupid. I'm stupid. That was corny. Are you trying to use a French joke? Oh my Lord. When I was on Angels earlier, he kept filming. I felt so old. Listen to this. So he kept filming a guy on a tractor, like zooming in. The first thing that came to my mind was, and I said he thinks his tractor is sexy, and I didn't feel like anybody got it. I said, I am the oldest person on this panel. And then I said, y'all know what that is? Oh my gosh, I felt so bad. I was like, come on now, like my tractor sexy. There she is. She's laughing. Oh my gosh, man. I felt so old when I said that.
Montana musket loader. Yes, that's him.
Is Lavid in here? I told him 11. I told him when I was getting.
I'm just saying because the way that was stated, it said, and she is staying in France, like she just took a vacation. You know what I'm saying? Just the way that was worded. Sorry.
What happened?
So why would she be by herself? Somebody did. I said because of the way that I was just asking.
What did you say?
I said, is she by herself in France or is she with somebody? Because the way it was.
She was being smart, Alec.
Yes.
Gosh, don't do that.
allowed to have any
There,
kind of
sarcasm
sarcasm.
and humor doesn't go over well here. And that's nothing against you. I'm saying that in general. I was not saying anything to any individual in here. I was just making another joke. Woo, we need to get off here.
Yeah, we're gonna get
In trouble just sitting here talking. Okay. There is a Paris, Tennessee. But she said France. She said France specifically, not
Paris.
Look, be careful with saying that, Music City Mom, you know. Okay. Here's my theory. Carol Horn says the church got her and adopted her out as they believe she's alive and being cared for lovingly. Hey, look, that's not the first time I've heard that theory. And look, there was kind of some stuff to back that up. So the Seventh-day Adventist Church had adoption agencies in other countries, and it was, they had just shut them down. And I think Oslo, Norway was the last ones. So they're.
First of all, okay, hold on. I have to address this. I know that this person was timed out for this, but first of all, we did not leave our kids with anybody.
Who said that? No, let's do it. Who said?
K123 said you guys shouldn't leave your kids with Don Wells' friends. We didn't leave our kids with anybody.
We never took our kids.
We were standing right there with them.
Yeah. What are they talking about?
That makes me mad. Let's not start talking about my kids.
What is she talking about?
When I was talking about Jamie playing with the kids.
That's.
First of all,
we were at a prayer vigil. We were right there with them. That's another thing that needs to stop, because he knew Don, and they weren't even. There's two Jamies now. Y'all understand that, right? There's Jamie that worked at Tucker Drywall, and then there's Jamie Jackhammer. Not the same person, too. That's besides the point. Anybody that has been near or around Don Wells or Candace Wells doesn't make them a bad person. It just means that this has got to stop.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's what they were even meaning. I'm sure that was.
Oh, that's what they were.
But so have you went through everybody you associate with, and look, I'm going to talk about this because and I don't care what anybody says in here. We will. It's not defending. I will defend my children until the end of the earth. So you've been through your complete everybody you've ever associated with. Bet you somebody has some skeletons in their closet, if not you yourself as an individual. A lot of people that call people out and say bad things about other people might have even worse things that they're hiding. So let's be real careful with that. Pamela Tate says, Don said we will see her in the resurrection and you will find no evidence. So, oh my gosh. That man did say those words. And yes, while it's weird, Don also says a lot of things that's weird that doesn't make sense. He makes jokes at the inappropriate times. And I've always, just like when he said that about the money to another creator, they said, did you have $50,000, Don? And he made a joke, but it didn't sound like a joke, and everybody took him seriously. That's a different story, though, the resurrection thing. While it's weird, look, before you back up and say I'm taking up for him, it's not what's happening. I'm just saying, while things have been said weird and things out of the way, still does not say that anybody did anything. Till there is evidence that backs up anything, we can't say neither here nor there. Law enforcement has said some huge things. If people would open up their ears and actually listen to what they're saying, you might think a little differently. While I don't agree with how law enforcement has necessarily, well, I'm going to say local law enforcement has acted through this, I can't. She's timed out. That's okay. I'm still talking to her. She hears me. I'm talking to everybody. It is what it is. And I'm going to do my thing. We're going to show this video and get out of here. But I don't know. We got to be fair. I want my children to grow up in a world that when they, if that's a good example here. take me and my past for example. Is it going to get to where my child grows up and you know, he is condemned and shamed the rest of his life because of who I am and the mistakes I made, and not looked at who he is as an individual? That's not fair. But that's slowly becoming that way. I just think that we have to take a step back and before we judge people. Okay, that was called Trace Labs, the people that search the dark web. Good question. So what they run is they call it games. They go in and it's called a capture a flag event. And they have a whole bunch of people that's with Trace Labs that are very like hackers that infiltrate the dark web to see if they can find any digital footprint of not only, well, it wouldn't be a digital footprint from Summer, but pictures of her or anybody involved in the family, anybody close to the family. They run and see if they can find a digital footprint anywhere. They came up with nothing. Now, after the event was over, that's it. And I always found that, I was like, how can you only look once and have one event? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Who said Cher and Mark are drunk? No, that didn't come out of my mouth. Who said that? Cher was on the panel earlier today, and even though we've not seen eye to eye, we were cordial with each other, because that's what I'm going to try to do. Unless somebody is coming at me full force and doesn't want to try to make amends, I'm willing to put my issues aside, because that's the good thing about forgiveness. Look, I'll be the bigger man and say, look, I'm willing to put the things to the side just to move forward for these cases, and it's not about, they said that I was an idiot. Golly, I mean, get over it. Yeah, I appreciate it. Look, Mama Bear, don't worry about it. Don't let these people set you off. That's what they want. They want to say something. Look, even the person that made that first accusations about us taking our children up on that property, which was 100% BS, they apologized to us. And it was a big creator. They sent us a very, it seemed like a genuine email saying they were sorry for that. And we've not heard anything since. So thank you, though, for that support, Mama Bear. We do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I cannot get anyone to check out and prove what I'm saying because I'm not computer savvy, and the minute I tell people I believe this because I'm psychic, they get marked as a psycho. Look, okay, what is it that we empath? I believe that just the same as people can have kind of tap into darker energies. I believe that some people, God gives them a gift to be able to not necessarily see things like a psych, but to be able to have better discernment than others do, to be more in touch with with the Holy Spirit. I do believe that, but it's a whole different level of something. I'm not wanting that to be put across as anything like, but I get what you're saying. No, not that Cher, the other Cher, and I can't remember his name. Oh, okay. Candace did call Robin first. She was unavailable at the moment, and Robin called DD. David Dotson. That's true. That she did say that. When Candace tried to call Robin, she was at a recital, so that's what Robin said. She couldn't answer. Well, then when she did answer, she said they packed snacks and they went out there. And then it was, there's a whole lot to do with that. So I'm going to play this video. I'm done getting all crazy about that. It's a whole different story. Yeah, look, this thing's getting all crazy. Let's stay on track. Cam at 28 years old, I document my 7-year-old. Well, look, I'm exactly what I'm saying. Look, I feel like it just depends on if you believe in the good Lord And what on earth is this? Okay, it took me to a whole different. What on earth? Okay, I believe if you're praying and you're putting everything at our Heavenly Father's feet, yeah, He will give you. The Holy Spirit will essentially bless you. We all have different gifts. That's another thing. This just depends on how you believe. The Lord is the Almighty, and He can do all things. So I don't question it. I did not say Robin is involved. No, come on, ma'am. I was trying to even be nice to you. I never said Robin was involved. I've met Robin. I said that she called and she did state that. Oh, wow. All right, let's play this video. I think that's going to be where it's at. Oh, look, we lost people. They're missing out because this has never been seen, and I'm going to show it all. Or I haven't watched it in a while. Can you think of anything in that video that maybe it shouldn't? That day when law enforcement came through.
I don't think so.
I don't either. I think it's okay.
I don't think so. Because at the time there was one thing that we weren't allowed to show or say, but.
Oh, she said, I believe Robin. Okay, look. Woo! Choice words. I'm on thin. Oh. After my kids got talked about, look, I'm on another level. I'd go off with the quickness. All right, let's watch this. Let me share this video. Actually, I can do it this way and just pull the whole video file. Hooray! There it is. It's about time. Whoa. Let's pause that for a minute. And I'm going to go full screen with it.
Do you want to give context to this?
Okay, so those of you who have just came in and are just now joining us tonight, we went over some pretty, I guess, decent stuff. And, I was going to even go over some more. But, I thought better of it just till a later date and time. We might still go over the email that I was talking about at the beginning, just to read it, just to, again, not necessarily pour salt in the wound, but say this, you're now making videos saying that, that you suffered from depression and that me and chasing hurt her feelings. Well, the things that were said on that panel that night, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it was the guests we had that night. Yeah, there's that. Anyway, this video here, this is of December 10th. This is when the protesters, that crew, I'm not going to say any of their names, had first came in. And all that dispute happened at the bottom of the driveway when we pulled in and all that.
Basically, this is the aftermath of what happened after the dispute at the driveway.
This is when law enforcement showed up. This is what Grandma is talking about in her interview.
When she says that's the last time she talked to law enforcement. She
says December 14th. It's actually the 10th. And this is the date.
Unless we don't know whether or not they talked to them after that.
I did ask her.
You did?
Oh, yes, I did ask her. No, this is. Yeah, I told her. I said she said, and we do know because she said in her interview
when they came up
when they came, and that was not even anything to do with summer. That was when the YouTuber said trespass that day. That's what she said.
Yes.
That's the 10th. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say something and lost it. Oh gosh. What was it? Just for reference, I want you guys to know.
And drink ashes.
That's nasty. I just want you guys to know that between the time that law enforcement was called this day and how long it took them to get there was 45 minutes.
45 minutes to get from So keep that in mind. That's
important because we actually now have verification of how long that it takes them to get to their house.
the day Summer disappeared. Now them moving quick, they made it. I think it was 30, 32 minutes. So this is a day with this happening. It's a 45-minute trip from Rogersville to Beach Creek community. Keep that in mind. That's important. So
thank you, Kelsey.
Thank you so much. All right, let's play this. Oh gosh, that.
Y'all know these YouTubers than I do.
I don't know.
I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
No, bro, come over here, yo. Come over here.
Here, I would rather you do this. I feel awkward.
Here, you can fill. Is it filled with?
But they've been up here for the past 2 days. They were on my property yesterday.
They were on the property yesterday.
In my shed on the bottom.
They got in the mailbox yesterday too.
They're filming.
People that are here now are allowed to be. The people that are living this are not allowed to be. This was yesterday, and they were back here again today, and it started fighting from the driveway.
These 3 vehicles down here on the driveway.
One is mine. Yeah.
Yep.
Another one of our guys.
Thomas is looking out. They were here yesterday.
Dominique Xanax.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ellie.
Have a good coffee dough.
No, you were right there.
You're allowed to film.
Thought so.
She took something out of there too.
Those are the undercovers. Investigators.
She said that she was accompanied by one of you guys too yesterday.
I feel like it might be a good idea for you to get badge names.
That is a good idea.
The eyes on law enforcement officer. Well, we will fill out a report and it's up to the clerk if they give you one or not.
Okay. Because I took them all out. I don't know what you guys are up to.
I had to stay here till 3:30 this morning. And I've drove in from North Carolina 5 hours to be here.
They said they were accompanied by one of you guys yesterday up here. And
They went to y'all's office, and she's got video of interviewing the sheriff's department.
Kind of the issue is that
nobody come up here with them yesterday.
Yeah.
Right.
Keep in mind, this is a free public roadway.
Right.
So they can go up and down the road, they can go up and down Ben Hill.
Right.
As long as they don't get on your property.
But they
If
did.
they were
But they
on
have
the
been on
property,
property.
they come up close enough to be up. They have it on film. Come up. They were in the shed at the bottom property.
And that was the video I just showed you.
And spoke it saying, I'm on Donwell's property in his shed.
toys out of there.
All right, I want to put one thing. I want to make one thing very clear. The reason that me and Allie are filming this is because in case anything went sideways and we were, it said that we did something that we did not do, we have it on record. Because I am, in this kind of a high profile situation, we kept everything documented because, that's when I say we come prepared, I mean it. I'm not going to have it said one way or another. Now, I'm just documenting too everything that was said, even for either of the parties. Even if Bullhorn Betty, any of them wanted to question, I have that on record. And we can say, no, this is actually what was said by law enforcement.
Also, Candace called that day. She's the one that called the police. I do not know whose phone she used. I'm assuming her own phone, but you need to keep in mind that she now has a different phone than when Summer went missing. She has
2 phones
yes,
she
she
carries.
has 2 phones that she carries, but that's besides the point. One of them is on the AT&T towers, meaning she does have cell phone service at her house. I can 100% tell you that any phones that run off Verizon towers do not have not a single single bit of service up there. I myself have a Verizon phone.
I have no service till I
No
get all the
service.
way back out to Sullivan Gardens, which
Yes.
is in Kingsport almost. It's in
And
Kingsport.
also, people who are asking if that's Shannon, yes, it's Shannon.
This is the day that this is the first day that I had ever was face to face with Benny. We actually made amends this day because we weren't fighting, and he was saying some things about us and vice versa till this day. And you know, I was like, it's either we're getting along or we're not, because I'm not wasting time fighting. I'm here trying to do something to find a child. That's not important. So there's that. I'm going to go ahead and play. I don't know how far I'm going to let this go. I'm going to just play it by ear and gauge it.
There too. Yeah. If y'all want to take a report on what she's telling you, I'll let you pick it up and she can go down to the office.
1729 by social and direct copy.
That was an awesome response.
No,
yeah. Very good response. 3-1.
We do appreciate it, that's for
Yes,
sure.
sir. The issue is one of the gentlemen with them, he has the Guinness Book of World Records for most lawsuits.
These two guys in
Yeah,
the
he
plain
sued
clothes.
Kim Kardashian for taking his virginity. Yeah.
Wow.
That's how ridiculous
he
these
sued
folks
Bill
are.
Belichick for putting his head in a vice.
I've never heard something so
They're talking about JLR and how he has sued everybody. That's what they were talking. That's what Benny was telling law enforcement, that those two guys in the plain clothes showed up in plain vehicles. They were under, you know, I guess undercover. And I never could understand why they would, you know, especially with a bunch of people with cameras and YouTube, why they would risk putting their plainclothes officers where people would be filming. You know, 100% somebody's going to be filming it, you know, if they're doing their content, whatever. I just never understood that. Anyway, continue.
Okay, I tell you what, let him talk with
What's your date of birth, Steve?
5-2-8.
I'm gonna get me something to drink, man.
My favorite one, Tim Sue and Hitler.
Hitler, yeah. Hitler. But he lost.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
G-O.
Go lightly.
That's her.
I wouldn't even know how to spell.
What was it? A black.
It was a car.
Does it follow these two in?
Yeah, that works.
Hold it, season, sir.
Yeah.
I'm not going to show anything that gets anybody's
You
personal.
got some
In my
hand
purse.
sanitizer?
12 and 2.
12 and 2? Yeah.
She said she was here somewhere stalking for 11 hours.
Yeah.
She's got 11 hours worth of film.
Yeah.
Got close enough to hear people in the house.
She's actually got pictures of herself up on top of the hill.
Colleague Williams, what was before any were involved? Did I miss something? I'm trying to keep up with what y'all are saying, so I can pretty much keep up with the conversation here, so I can answer anything. What now? Traps. Where did you hear this? An elderly man. If somebody's putting traps out there because they're doing better than the people, because there weren't cameras either. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that. If they're putting money out for traps because there wasn't cameras until right around this time, Don didn't want to put them up. That's my hand to God. Every time they were given to him to be installed, he said he would do it, and he did not install them. So please keep that in consideration. We never understood that. So until that happened. Look at the trees, guys, please. Oh, my Lord. Yes, this is in December. December the 10th. Lord have mercy. I can probably even, The one that we're standing beside there, that's Don's work truck. But he was not in that vehicle. He was driving the Subaru. He was not there during this time because he had left and went on one of his extracurricular activities that he likes to go on, and did not return till the day after this, later in the evening. And that's when an intervention was put in place for him. So I can tell you this too. The following day was also my birthday. That's when we had a planned search to have drones and drone operator and everything that we had planned, because November 30th, law enforcement did their second initial search. We had planned for the following week after that to do ours. We didn't even know that they were going to do that search. Everything had fell kind of in line. It was wild. And then I can also tell you everything fell apart because of this day right here, and because of people doing things for the wrong freaking reasons, and people that actually had search experience and license, and drone operators that have all that, and divers that are certified, began to step away because people wanted to go after their what's it called, their main source of income, their livelihood. Insane. And it's not even the ones that were there process that went after their livelihoods, but it was not far from that. It got bad, guys. These people that were here going the extra mile, that didn't have to be here on their days off when they weren't working their real jobs, that their livelihoods, they were here searching these waters all the time. It's so insane, and make something really, really clear before we move on from this. We were out at an area about somebody who is a member of our channel, who lives on Lone Star Road, who is a moderator on our channel, who we did a live stream from their porch. We were out on a search area that day when we were asked to come out here. When we pulled up here, that caravan pulled up. They asked me, "Is that Benny's car?" Well, how would I know? Never been to Texas. I've never seen what he drove. I said, I don't know. People are like, well, you didn't tell Molly. I had no obligation to tell them anything about what we were doing. They jumped out and were screaming, "Where is Summer Wells?" in my face. Bad situation. That's all I can say about it.
And we did not know who was on that property. We literally had no
idea. We were told it was
only Candace and Grandma
by themselves, and to check on them because they were worried that they would be there by themselves when the protesters showed up. Come to find out, Robin was up there, Shannon was up there, another girl was up there, Benny was up there. So we kind of felt like, I'm just not even going to go into that. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to watch a little bit more of this and we'll go.
What she really did was prove that someone could come in here and take a child. That's what she did. She came in here and proved you could sneak up here. She showed it.
Exactly.
Benny is making a very, very big point right here. Molly had, she had snuck all the way up to the top of the property for one of the trails and said that she got so close she could hear people talking inside the home. What he just said, and I can't help but agree with him, is what she did prove was how easy it was and how it was possible that somebody could get up there without being seen or noticed. That was a big valid point. And when he said that to law enforcement, I was like, hey, that makes sense. Sorry. Truth is truth. That's really what that's all that accomplished.
And she's been fighting for 6 months saying you couldn't do it.
And she's still saying they could do it.
The same people, absolutely. Absolutely. All of them.
So she by herself today?
No.
She has 3 women and a man with them. And then she has a black security officer.
So in total, there's 6.
6.
Why is my doorbell?
Two men.
Molly Golightly, Andrew Griffin, and Jonathan
Lee Riches.
Lee Riches.
Yeah.
And then Olivia.
Yeah.
I'm just dumbfounded how they openly post all of this and say what they're doing, and it's like
She's from
think this is
Pennsylvania, and
okay.
she started telling everybody she was actively premeditating and stalking these people. She flew all the way from Pennsylvania to do this. You know.
We definitely had people all over here.
Blowhorn Betty is being.
Yeah.
How are you gonna just completely take over a situation where a little 5-year-old girl is
And Trump.
It's just I'm dumbfounded.
Don't find it any worse.
Well, I have to be polite. I'm fronting officers.
I just think it's okay, Candace.
Before he goes and tells what's going to happen, I thank you, Amanda Page. She said, I'm by no means a Wells supporter, but this is all that I'm trying. People are saying, oh, you're just going on a crazy theory. We've been up there, and I can tell you there's multiple interests in that property. I have proved that it's possible. I went up there and grabbed a 35-pound bag of dog food and went back down that steep part. That dog trail that they said where Dawn said the scent went is the steepest trail. Like that's the one
the hardest.
that's the hardest one. And I made it down that one in 11 seconds. So think how easy somebody that went up one of the non-steep trails, like the one that leads right down the driveway where you can't see nothing once you get around. So where the bus is sitting, there's a trail that goes off and it leads back onto the driveway. Once you hit down that part of that trail on the driveway, you can't see the house and the house can't see you down there. We also documented that. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, I wish we had shown that better because somebody just said when you started playing this video, that seeing that shed made them realize just how steep that hill is, right there where the driveway is and everything. I wish we would have shown that better because
I have videos right here.
really you cannot see.
It's on stilts in the back.
Well, I'm not talking about the shed. I'm talking about from the house to the driveway. There's a hill that goes from where the house is down to the top part of the driveway there. Then after that, you cannot see any of that driveway once it goes around that curve, and it's steep.
What does Lady Cavalier mean by that? I never once said that other people can't contribute to fact finding, and I'm not trying to obstruct anybody. What does that mean? Where did that come from? I encourage people to help fact find. The more people that's doing that.
When did you take the dog food, MGL, and BHB left?
I was there.
Oh my God.
Let me make something very clear. If you're not familiar with what we did, we were there on the property filming those trails in August of 2021.
The beginning of August.
We were besides Chris McDonough, we were the second people on that property that filmed that. We bought that bag of dog food and took it up there for our experiment.
And then left it there.
And then left it. Yes. Left it there for those dogs. This is one of the later towards the end of our visits to that property when this happened. Nobody's obstructing anybody. I can assure you what was happening down there was not fact finding, and it hasn't been ever since. There's been a lot of misinformation. You show me something that has been proven factual that has came from that, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I noticed that she's been making some odd comments. Don't worry.
Look, there's an easy way to take care of this, and it's always, this is what we'll do. Here, come on up here. This is the best way that we can ever get to the bottom of it. Let's talk about it, because then
I also asked if this was June 15th that we were up there. If we were there when Summer went missing.
Oh yeah. That was sarcasm. No, we were not. I don't even live in the same state. Oh my Lord. There's the link. Come on up and we'll discuss it. And I'm not being rude whatsoever. I'm just trying to I'm just trying to enlighten you as to what we did and to what our part is. And I'll answer any question you have for me, whatever. Y'all don't time her out. Man, y'all got to quit doing that.
What?
I said quit timing them out when I'm talking to them.
No, they timed her out before you started talking.
Okay, it is all right. Never mind. Anybody else, you can come up if you want. We'll take care of it.
You got the information. He'll file a report on it. Okay. He'll be ready in the morning or any time after that. Okay. You pick up a copy at the office, and then go over and talk to the clerk's office. I'll be down there tomorrow. Where they'll let you file any type of charges or not, I don't know. But you can talk with them. All right.
Take those videos with you.
Yeah, make sure they won't let you take your phone in at first. You'll have to get permission to take it in.
Right, that's fine.
Awesome response time.
Well, by the night, that stuff will be on YouTube.
I think that's everything. I'm done with that one. I'm not going to go any farther with that. Okay, yeah. So that right there is pretty much how that went down. Nothing special, but it kind of just shows you how law enforcement and had interacted with the Wells. If you heard what he said, this is what they do, and they've told them this multiple times with people that are trespassing. They take it to, what's that court called? It's not a court like you would think it is. It's a like a people's, what is that called? I can't remember it right now. It's crazy. So when you go, it's not like you're going and taking it in front of a judge, and like he said, he doesn't even know if they'll press charges or not. It's hey, look, I've looked at everything, and I still look at everything. People think, if people would listen, if Angel talks too fast, tell them what we talked about in there. I've looked into Dawn. We still are looking into Dawn. Before anybody even knew about it, we were going, some of the search areas that we had went on, that one creator said that we couldn't search on public property, and I had to explain that to him. That was on Dawn's route. That's where we were looking, because I'm not saying nobody's not. We're going to look into everybody's situation that day, everybody's movement that day. Because at the end of the day, June 15th is the day that really matters. Anything that happened that was important in her disappearance happened that day. And that's where you're going to find your evidence. That's what's going to explain. If somebody did something, or maybe not, like we talked about, if it's a perfect abduction, if she walked away, like law enforcement said, and somebody just happened to be out there and threw her in a vehicle, what evidence do you have? So when a perfect abduction happens, is there evidence of abduction? That's a question I've had. I mean, I think that's
private prosecution. Yes.
Private prosecution is the court that they always referred her to.
Thank you, Angel.
Thank you, Angel. Who was being civil to them? Yeah, law enforcement was being civil to them, but did you hear one time Summer being spoke about? Or
that goes on both sides.
That's what I'm saying. Both ways.
Both Candace and Grandma and
law enforcement. And we see, how many, you have 2 plainclothes officers, 2 deputies, and then you have the higher ranked sergeant, or I think that's what he was, sergeant or lieutenant, that came up. No, she was not spoke of in that conversation. It just blew my mind. And like I've said, multiple times, we were out there on doing searches and on private property in Beach Creek and on Ben Hill Road. We not only didn't see any searches happening between June and November, but we were very, we passed one. No,
there was one day that we passed 2 or 3.
Not out there.
Mm-hmm. One was an unmarked car.
But that was that one day when we were sitting up at Solomon's Temple, And that was because something was going on that day, but that was later.
Yeah, that was much later.
The only day they. I'm not going to get into that. We'll talk about that another time. I still wonder why there's only been 3 searches for her. I know that the county is low on funds, but you have the feds and you have
Wasn't there
TBI.
talks of there being another search after Easter?
Yeah.
And I don't think that ever, to any of their knowledge, I don't think that ever took place.
So why was the public allowed in Carly Trent's case to search, and on this one, if the county doesn't have the funds to have searches, then you're going to let people in the community get out there that maybe is, they just need to make sure somebody is there with them that is, certified or knows how to do things correctly. I do understand the risk that you take, letting the public go out, because then evidence can be destroyed or tampered with and so forth. But I just feel like we could have had better options going on. EquiSearch did come out, yes. And I also know who did the recon for EquiSearch to come back.
People who have been dragged.
People who have been dragged. Just like the other people we talked about, drone operators and divers that have been dragged. They did the recon and was responsible for 1, if not 2 of the times EquiSearch actually came back. So,
and in case people don't know what that really means, in order for EquiSearch to be able to come back to a location to search again, they have to have specific places to go and search before they come out here. They can't just come and go, okay, well, where are we going to go today?
They have to have
specific areas that require specific amount of eyes, basically, and people out there doing it.
And a good enough reason to be in that area.
Right.
Something that leads them that they feel is that validates a search.
Right.
If that makes sense.
There was 2 people who worked very, very, very hard to not only get them back out here, but to have areas for them to search that needed to be searched.
Carol Horn, Jackie Dobbs, and is not the same person as the Fluke guy. Jackie Dobbs is the guy that bought the property across from the wells, beside Jody Sue, that they had their altercation. Now you're talking, the Fluke guy is David Dotson. There's Dobbs and then there's Dotson. He, another strange character. There's people that will say different, but I still don't feel comfortable saying that I don't know. Jackie Dobbs is still not off my list either. Not only did the situation, he shaved his head and his beard, which he had a long beard, changed the whole way of his appearance, but also said he did it at a later date when pictures were taken of him on his property on Ben Hill Road, and he had already had that shaved. This is a lot of strange things. Dobbs is the one with the dogs, correct? With the dog, singular. Okay, so it was said that the person who drives that route out there for a living, said that they couldn't remember if it was the 14th or the 15th that they saw a red truck that that was suspicious to them. And I don't know what that means. I would feel like if somebody that was out there in that area and law enforcement says, we just want to talk to you as a witness. Witnesses don't hide and they don't run. Witnesses come forward. Now possibly it's somebody that don't even know that they're talking about them. That could be, but I don't know. That's another argument I've had. How can you dismiss anything when that person that drove that red truck might hold the answers to everything? So we can't say anything. That's another reason why I refuse to say, anybody is 100% responsible for anything. Go back to Dobbs conflict. What do you mean? What do you want to know about it? He had with JS, with Josie, he had a conflict with her. He was staying over the property line. When they asked him to move, he refused to. They called law enforcement. When law enforcement came out there, law enforcement told Dobbs, these people have lived on this property, owned it for over 200 years. I think they know where their property line is. He refused to ID them, which they eventually got his name and name out of him. He then left and went to a motel, allegedly, on the 14th, and says that he was in Churchill at the Roadway Inn on the 15th. He only left to get beer and biscuits that day. But there has been other things that might suggest otherwise. He has also claimed that his story has changed multiple times on how many times he talked to law enforcement. He said he talked to TBI over the phone and that he was cleared. We've heard law enforcement say nobody was cleared. And this was early on that he made that statement. How long was each search? So are you talking about law enforcement's? The first one was 13 days straight. 13 days straight. The second one was 2 days. The one in November, 2 days. And now EquiSearch, theirs was only a couple days. And then the one that just happened, I think that was 2 days?
Yeah.
2 days. Thank you, Sandra Powell. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. I mean, I hope we get something out of this. This is good that we talk about this. Let's keep the information fresh in our minds. Let's be accurate about it. Let's talk about these things that happen. I was actually looking for my SD card. I was gonna show you another rumor that we could dispel. We were able to go get in the water at the swimming hole at its highest point and at its lowest point. I have it documented. It's on a live stream too. The one when we first go to Hawkins is called the Horse Pond, that video. And then the one we went in February, we got and showed you I was able to go stand on dry land in the exact spot from the TikTok video where Summer was swimming. You can see the bottom of that area. There's no big rocks. It's sediment, like very loose sediment. And I'm not saying nothing happened there. I'm just telling you that I was able to show the exact spot where it was. Now, my argument as to why I believe law enforcement, they have the metadata from the phones that proves when the pictures was taken in the when Summer was in the backseat on the milk jugs. That metadata tells their exact, it says a lot. So, and then we also have the card team that came. There's you guys. We went over this on my live the other day. Their specialty is abductions. Those guys are the real deal. The feds, the card team, we went over and read. I don't know how I came across that information. It's on the FBI website. And we read all through that. Now, I believe that they would have thoroughly looked into everything, and I believe that they would have known the last place. They have it pretty much narrowed down, I believe, is where, if she made it home or not. Now, I don't know if they know what happened after that. That's my belief. Now, I'm not putting that out as facts. I'm just telling you, law enforcement, Detective Pruitt says we went through all the phone data, all the GPS data, all that. Go back and listen to his interview. That's out of his mouth, not mine. Creek washes off blood. Why would there be that, though? That's speculation, though. There's nothing that so people said that there was the stains on her shirt. I encourage you guys, please, to go to Duty Ron. If you're not familiar with his channel, I will gladly plug his channel and look to the chief coroner of New York City. Barbara Butcher does an interview with him and analyzes that picture. I think you will find it very, very educational. Because I was just like you guys. I questioned that picture. I didn't know, neither here nor there. It's a picture. We don't know. Same with all the other things that are speculated from what we see in pictures. But I'm closer to taking a chief coroner of New York City who deals with this over somebody else. I would rather take their word for it. Now, that's just my belief, and I push that on nobody. Yeah, y'all go check him out. I guess that's it. I'm done. We've been on here 2 hours. I cannot believe that second hour went by that fast. Woo! All right. It's been a pleasure for the most part. For the most part. I appreciate you guys so much. Actually, I got something, a surprise for you. I got this song. I downloaded this song, and I'm going to close it with this. Because I want us to, I'm going to start pumping us up with some music beforehand and when we leave. Because I think that we should leave on a good note, happy, and not ever leave angry. It's the same thing. If you're married, don't go to bed angry. You know what I mean? We do it. But you're not supposed to, because anything can happen. We're not promised the breath in our lungs in the morning. So, okay, let me see if I can find this. I think this is that song.
And everybody, please keep my mama in your prayers.
Yes.
Tomorrow, she's having surgery to remove the mass that's in her brain. I would just appreciate it if you guys could just keep her in your prayers and just pray that everything goes well with that, and that we can.
Oh, sorry.
And that we can just hopefully figure out what's going on, and maybe it will be that she'll start to feel better after tomorrow.
Right on. Okay, let me turn this down a little bit. So I'm not. I hope this is the right song. Let me turn it down a little bit.
Never break, always fight, never quit.
All right, guys, listen. We're just gonna pray real quiet. I'm gonna just let this play a little bit. I'm gonna turn down a little bit. We're gonna pray our way out of here, okay?
My mind, pick a lane, commit and climb. The only way to win in life. I never miss that fact.
That's not even the song I wanted to play, but it'll work, okay? Oh, guys, don't do that on the way out. Thank you. Jackie P, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. Thank you, though. We appreciate you guys more than anything. For real. All right, guys, let's pray our way out of here. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for what you do. We ask that truth be told in this situation, and so for Summer's sake, above anything else, Lord. We ask that anybody that might have information, that you convict their heart and you bring them forward to bring answers to this little girl's case, that she might be found safe and sound, or that we just get answers and that she can be laid to rest. Lord, if that's the case, we already know that she's with you. We don't know the reason why children are hurt or why things happen the way that they do, but God, we know that you can turn anything into a situation that was meant for evil into good. God, we ask that you bless anybody and everybody in this chat that is looking for you and might not be needing you or reaching out. You know what they need. Touch their heart, meet them right where they're at. We ask for healing in the name, in your holy name, Lord. We ask for the blood of Jesus to fall on us, and we ask for the Holy Spirit to fill us. God, thank you for everything you do. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. All right, guys, thank you so much. I am not happy with that song, so I'm going to change that one before I go out. And I'm going to let it play just to have something to do to play our way out, and then we'll play the outro and we'll get out of here. I think this one's it. No, that's the same one, man.
Oh,
What? Because I said mine?
yeah, please don't do that again.
It's the same one, mine. I'll find it real quick. I have a picture. Do y'all guys know what Tony Hammonds looks like? I found this today. Do y'all know what he looked like? Or what he looks like? if you don't, I can show you. And he's that's another person that we need to go over. That I'm trying to keep up with everybody. I don't know. Unfortunately, he's a scary looking fella. But let me see if I can show you this picture that I got. Because I was looking out, and I do a lot of look at that, babe. Have you seen that?
No, Lordy.
Yeah. There was no, they said it was unrelated that when he tried to get that 12-year-old boy, but
no, Lisa, Jackie Dobbs is the one that shaved his head and his beard.
In his head and his beard, and that was supposed to be, the 18th that he claims that he did that, but it was prior to that. Here's the picture. Where is it? Oh, there. I'm gonna have to do it this way. That's not it. There he is. That's him. Now, if you ever want to look him up, it's Tonie. It's how he spells it. But on Facebook, it's Tony. It's, I don't know. I question that one too, right there, quite a bit. I don't understand that. Anyway, just wanted y'all to get. I didn't know if y'all had seen that. I ran across that today, and I thought that might be interesting to you guys. Okay. I don't know. My music is just gone. I downloaded it, so whatever. I guess we're not gonna leave on a good note, or maybe we will. Yeah, here it is. All right, guys. Me and Allie, we appreciate you guys. We're loud? I don't care. Well, if you can't handle it, get out the kitchen. I have it running through our speakers here, so I can't gauge how loud it's supposed to be. I'm working on it. I'm getting a soundboard. Don't worry about it. Y'all are awesome. Anything else you want to say bye? Say bye. Don't get in front of the camera. Tell them.
Bye.
Say bye. We appreciate you.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, dude. That's it for us. We're out of here. Let's go. Remember, at the end of the day, everybody wants justice.
But justice doesn't have to be carried out with hate.
We'll catch you on the next one. See you. God bless.